Hello everybody, welcome back to Jordan Golf TV, where we are talking about all things golf. And in today's exciting review, I've got a pretty cool pair of golf shoes. These are the PAYNTR Moving Day SCs. According to PAYNTR's website, this is a golf shoe that has been designed for tournament level play. The model includes a microfiber upper, waterproof breathable membrane, PMX Speed PLT, Ariaprene tongue, Tourflex Pro spike, PMX Nitro plus midsole, and a molded ortholite footbed. Bro, this sounds like the specs of an electric car or something. The price point for these bad boys is £180, which basically makes these PAYNTR's second most expensive golf shoes after their collaboration with Jason Day on the 87 SC, which, if you guys have been following the channel, you would have seen that shoe on this channel, although I didn't actually game them because when I tried them on, they were just a little bit tight. And so I really wanted to return them and get my money back so I could get the ideal size. But that model, the Jason Day 87 SC, bro, they're sold out. You can't even get them if you wanted to, unless you're willing to go on the resale market. And so I figured I would go for the next model down at 180 quid, and I managed to pick these up with a cheeky 10% discount as well. So I paid 160 for these, which I think is a pretty reasonable price to pay for a premium golf shoe. There are two different colorways available. There's a white with a little bit of navy trim, and then there's just like the all white pair that you can see here that I've gone for. In terms of the aesthetic, I think they're really nice. It's just a really subtle, sleek, casual, discreet looking shoe. Nice low profile design. They look good with trousers or with shorts, short socks, long socks. It's just a really aesthetic pair of shoes in my opinion. In terms of the materials, you've got this synthetic leather microfiber upper with the waterproof breathable membrane. You've got a slightly more textured leather that runs down the eyelets. Around the rear of the shoe, you've got some perforations, as well as a little silver tag with the PAYNTR logo. You've also got some very cheeky perforations at the front of the shoe, just underneath the eyelets. Thin oval laces. And then around the mudguard of the shoe, you've got a little bit of patent leather action, which I actually think accents the shoe quite nicely. I do quite like the navy, but for some reason, I just decided to go with the all white. And then around the rear of the shoe, you've got a plastic TPU type reinforced cup to add with the heel stability. That features a little bit of the PAYNTR branding. And then the midsole technology is the PM Nitro foam cushioning, which is very squishy to the touch. And then underneath, you've got all the technology action going on. You've got 5 spikes on the forefoot, you've got 2 at the back, reinforced carbon fiber plates underneath, as well as some little studs to help with the traction. And this whole shoe has basically been geared towards performance. The main focus for this shoe is to offer the golfer absolute stability so that you can swing as hard as you want at the golf ball. They also feature a molded ortholite insole, which is really squishy and nice as well. So it's a clean shoe with some nice details, loaded with technology, but how do these things fit and how do they actually perform on the course? Well, I went true to size, UK 9.5 for me, and I actually found these to be a little bit more roomy than the 87 SCs. They definitely fit a little bit different to those, and so I would say you can go true to size, or even, dare I say, maybe even a half size down, but I'd recommend trying a pair on if you can. My experience with the 87 SC was that they run small. My experience with these is that they run a little bit big. So yeah, there doesn't seem to be, at least in my opinion, that much uniformity in the sizing across the different models, but they are different models at the end of the day, so yeah. In terms of the comfort, really, really solid comfort. They also feature a synthetic leather liner as well, which is really nice. There's a little bit of padding around the ankle collar, but not too much. And in terms of how they perform on the course, I found these absolutely brilliant, and that could maybe be somewhat colored by the fact that I sunk a few decent putts today and didn't play completely abominably. The grip, thanks to the traction pattern and the spikes on the outsole, is fantastic. The stability is really awesome. You do feel really planted in these and well connected to the ground, and you sort of feel like you can really go at the ball. And so these could well be the best performing golf shoe I want to say I've tried so far, or at least these are right up there. Now, I feel like PAYNTR at the moment are having a bit of a moment because these guys are now being worn by quite a few big time pros out there. We know that Jason Day has been a long time partner with PAYNTR. He's stepped out recently at the US Open in some like high top joints. People like Justin Rose have been wearing PAYNTR. Even Phil Mickelson had a pair on at the recent US Open as well. So these shoes are definitely getting recognized and are definitely getting rocked by a lot of big time pros out there. And there's a little bit of hype around Jason Day and his fashion and his shoes. Like I said, man, you can't pick up those 87 SCs right now if you wanted to. And so I do feel like this company here is one of the, I mean, you can't even really call them an up and comer because they've been around for some time now, but they're definitely one of the brands out there that I see a lot of people looking to now as being one of the top golf shoes in the game, which is really cool. Now, in terms of how they wear and how they clean up, they wear pretty good, man. I mean, I've got some pretty massive crease action going on around the front of the toe box, but that is going to happen unless you're somehow not engaging in plantar flexion when you pick the ball out of the hole or stoop down to put your tee in the ground or read your putts. And in terms of how they clean up, I mean, here's the before shots, or here's the shoes right after playing 18 holes today. It was dry conditions. I definitely got some dirt and mud and stuff on these, but after a quick scrub, like literally 30 seconds with some soap and water, they have come up absolutely pristine. So in terms of like maintenance, these things are solid. PAYNTR also have a couple of other models that are very similar looking aesthetically, but are spikeless for a slightly lower price point. Well, one pair, actually, the Matchday SC spikeless golf shoe is 180 pounds, the same, but you can also get the All Day SC, which come in at 160 pounds. But honestly, if I was you and I was in the market for a pair of PAYNTRs and you like the spike cleated shoe, the Moving Day SC is a really solid shoe at 180 pounds, or right around 195 odd dollars. But if you can get in with like a cheeky 10% discount code, you know how they offer up those 10% discount codes if you sign up to their newsletter or whatever, or maybe you can find a discount code somewhere. I mean, I actually had these in the cart ready to check out. I forgot about it, and then they sent me an email with a 10% off discount code just to seal the deal. So I feel like if you can pick these up for a little bit under the retail price, man, they are well worth it. It is a decent quality golf shoe, really comfortable, loaded with tech. They perform really well and they look absolutely fantastic on feet. So this is probably one of my favorite golf shoes that I have reviewed in recent times, and I have been reviewing a whole bunch, as you guys know. So I'm a big fan of the PAYNTR Moving Day SCs. I would also be keen to get a pair of those Jason Days as well, because I like those, but I mean, to be fair, they look so similar aesthetically. You probably don't need a pair of the Jason Days, but yeah, I really like them. Let me know if you guys like them down below, and as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Take care for now, and peace out.